meeting, what's the matter with you?
I have one somewhere.
Right there, isn't it?
Yep,
Underneath
there
your
it is.
sheet. I looked at mine before I came up,
Yeah,
so
there was nothing on
that
it.
was 3 things.
Yeah, those three things.
Come in, discuss, go home,
Uh-huh.
yeah. Like, what was it? Lois used to say when she was on, nothing in, nothing out.
Nothing in, nothing coming in, nothing going out. We're fine. That's a good thing. I have one.
Not
Thank
like
you.
we couldn't do it without the
Yeah,
agenda.
I already printed one from home.
I don't think anybody really needs it, but,
The principal.
yeah.
I swiped a pencil from the desk up there.
No one will miss it.
You know? Okay. I prefer pencil over pen.
So we need to get this to come out, find $12,853 to take out.
How much?
8,000.
$12,853,
No,
using the general property tax amount that I have in there. That's all we can do. That's the limit that we can go up without getting arrested and jailed. No, I'm just kidding. I'll tell you where I took it.
Wrong page.
I already took some, so I'll tell you when we start.
Okay.
I'm leaving town on Friday because I won't be very popular with employees here.
I don't think any of us are going to be.
No,
I said at this point, I don't think any of us are going to be. But if they wanna maintain whatever we can, we have to do it.
Recycling collection is going up $22,000.
for what?
Recycling collection?
And garbage. If you look on the revenue side, you can see what the total is. $72,020. Giving the people. Hello.
Good afternoon. So far,
So far.
real quick, before I forget it. Tom Peterson from Clinton. Is he the village president over there? Is that the one that has the cancer then?
the uniform allowance, they were already over.
Who is that, the
Okay,
police or the?
okay.
That's armor allowance, uniform allowance.
They
They,
quit,
they budgeted 55,
they keep losing people, hiring new
and
people.
then they're at 9979. But they proposed in 45, so they would have been 45 covered. And the 55 couldn't. So do they think that it's gonna cover it when the 55 couldn't?
I don't know. Maybe they think they're gonna hang on to the employees they have hired right now.
Good luck with that.
Call this thing off.
Mark Rush, Mark Peter,
Here,
Mark Drexler, Pamela Woodrich, Dawn Redinas, and
We're already onto it?
she's looking in the crowd.
Well, we just wanted to make sure there wasn't more of you than us.
and they got going. That's a scary thing.
But is the vote done?
This should be your report up there.
We still need to find right about $13,000. You lost your squad car,
I lost my squad up.
you lost your squad car, put away money. The,
That's smart.
I was telling them that the general property tax amount that's in there, that's as high as we can go, that's our limit.
Can I ask a
You have to
question?
get rid of more of $13,000 if you want that 69,000 to come down.
Can I ask a question? Sorry. Is there any way that we can, I know that we've gone back and forth on this before, but is there any way we can push money from this year into next year? I know Dave didn't like that practice and all that, or he did, Sue didn't.
Well, like, for instance,
We have an abundant amount of supply this year. We're gonna have-
yes, we would pull it out and put it in the future project account. So, but we can't budget for it, can't, this is it.
Okay.
We have to take out, not add in.
So we could pull out the 27
From this year,
that we will.
You
Save
have
it
that
into a
much
future.
left for this year?
yes, we just ran the numbers today.
Yes, we can put that in the future project account, yes.
The reason I say that is that the cars are now going up to like, I saw the Durangos are at like 70 or 80. I think, I don't want it to be unobtainable for us to get a new car in 2028, because you're gonna have to replace 2017. I know we're probably not gonna buy this, I'm sorry.
We'll do the same thing with, Eric's street money.
Why is, I'm gonna start, why is the state share
Your what?
state share intergovernmental aid?
Yes. Because we don't, why is it lower? Because we don't qualify for that 35,000. Like that extra amount if you stay within, if you don't go over
The
budget.
1% sales tax.
Hmm?
That, it was that extra sales tax.
Yeah, I think that's in there. I think it's. I have to get the other paper. I wonder if that is, are they calling it a utility tax?
No.
Supplemental?
Yes.
Okay, then you're right, that, I don't think that's in there, just a minute, that's 59.8.
Yeah, it was quite a bit if I remember. I looked at it. And that's the 1% for fire and public works.
Okay, so then that has to go in. It's 59,823.79. Or 17, I'm sorry. 59,823.17.
You said that's the state, I'm sorry, I'm just writing, that's the state one.
Yeah, it's,
It will go,
it should be in the state share.
no,
No, it's not on that.
where'd it go?
It's, I don't think it's
You're not on that page,
It's not on that page, right? It's on the.
it's on the first page. It's on the very first page for revenue,
Got it.
state share. It should be in the state share. Revenue. Tax, whatever she's got. That's a revenue,
That's what the proposal is gonna be then, Don?
that's what it is,
That's what it is.
59, whatever. Yeah, I said it was pretty substantial. Should be on top of the three.
I don't know what
That word.
this is.
We're all in trouble. The numbers are all bad.
392,809, would bring that up.
So, like, can't work mine either.
But you can't count that minus 27, because she wasn't including it
Okay.
at all, so it should have been. Well, I guess it would be 30,000.
Yeah.
But
And
the other.
that's shared between all 4 entities?
Three, public works.
Public Works?
Police and fire.
Okay, so we're lumped in with fire.
Oh, yeah, that group, yeah, that's what it's for, those three. Doesn't mean one gets it all, or you just
Yeah,
do it
yeah,
3
yeah.
ways, whatever. But that's
Sure.
why it's an extra, it's off the sales, 1% sales. statewide. The other part that's not in here that I don't see is that part we talked about, for the EMS billing.
Oh. Carl told me the other day, I tried to get him to
Don't care what
talk.
Carl told you, if it's revenue coming in and we're being charged for that revenue that they're collecting, then that comes off the top.
I understand that, they don't understand.
I don't care,
They're turning everything over.
and they gotta stop doing that. But what I'm saying is, we're getting a bill for that, for their work that the billing company does. And so he increased his whatever
Budget,
by that amount. That money should come off the top before we send any revenue to anybody, whether we keep it or what. That should be a revenue in to pay that. It should just, so say it's $100,000. Probably not good. Say it's $10,000 bill. They charge us 15% for that, to collect that.
uh-huh.
That should come out of whatever they've collected to pay them. Right back. It's a bill, it's a billing because of what they're doing to collect that, whether they're having to go to the insurance company.
So,
So every bill that we get, that should be revenue taken off of what they're collecting off the ambulance bill. I don't know why that's so hard to understand.
it's not, it's just they're not doing it that way, and I don't know.
They're not
how.
doing it that way, but I'm saying that's the way we should be doing it. We're the ones sending the money. We get it all. So then we should take out what they're charging us to
And send that much less.
send, yes.
I think one of the issues with that might be, we're gonna
It should,
get that money, or the billing, they're not gonna line up, they're gonna be behind.
absolutely, it's gonna be behind. But why should we fund it? We're already getting charged, how
I
much
agree.
for through the taxes. We should not be sending them
So,
money.
for the EMS billing, transportation billing, right?
Yep.
He budgeted 2,000.
No, that ain't it. That ain't it. It's the one that jumped.
In year-to-date, they paid $72.11.
Yeah,
Yeah, but he was jumping it up unless he changed it again.
I thought Jamie was here.
She had to go to the front.
Whether it's 72 or whatever.
So you're saying that they should propose 72 then?
See, it's not in this one, and it was in the last one.
The last ones he sent over? Oh, he budgeted 11,000. And then changed it to 2.
Okay. But even that, we shouldn't pay, you can put it there, but there should be revenue on this side. But where's he taking it from?
Well, that I can't tell you. If wait till Jana comes back in here, she had a conversation with him. He doesn't understand how we need to do things. For instance, he's coding invoices to the revenue account. Because for him, it subtracts it off, like, he got a grant for $10,000, and he paid an invoice for $8,000, so he takes it to the puts it to the revenue side. No, I know, but you can't, he's a stubborn guy, reminded me of Dan.
Where is the revenue period from?
I think it says, it's got a negative in
Ambulance
the,
fees, yeah, so
the ambulance fees, yes.
it's in 25.
Mm-hmm.
See, and right there, if it's 25, 15 of that, 15% of that should be for the billing. So he's not, I mean, that doesn't work.
Well,
he's
and
gonna
I-
take the billing portion out of the revenue, doesn't he?
And they collect more than that.
Yeah.
That's what, the 25, I'm hoping that's what we get back from,
But we're,
Shared
okay, so we're not
services.
showing anything as to what we're sending to them.
only, oh, you mean for the billing? Well, that's
So if
what,
we're sending, so where's that at? Where's, but see, that's the whole amount, the 136,788, that's not
Yes.
showing. See, we're not showing
That's
the
the
revenue,
amo-
but we're
that-
not showing our revenue that we've sent this year. What did we send this year over there?
well, we sent, well, where it says the ambulance billing, the negative 20,677, that and 25,000, we sent him over $40,000. We sent them more than we collected this year because we went backwards.
Well, we should have started in February. I mean, previous year is the previous year.
Cause they were all telling us that they shorted us. We shorted them. From what the,
We are not paying, we are not going to pay what they're charging us to collect those bills. We are not paying that to anybody.
so,
There's no reason we should do that, zero.
I don't think so either, especially if we're not getting any money in.
If the revenue side isn't making it, then they've gotta figure that out over there. I mean, that group, this group has gotta figure that out. If it's not working, it's not working. Then there's gotta be a different plan. You know, maybe they gotta hire what they need to hire instead of paying all this overtime.
Well, then you could take the whole thing out of the expense side, if we're not gonna pay it.
Well, it's gonna be revenue coming in, cause you collect everything.
Yeah.
So you've gotta show that. I mean, you gotta show it somewhere. You can't not show it in your books. But the way I was reading those things, we've spent more than $40,000 over there
This
this year.
year?
This is the first year.
Well, this is through October.
This is the first year of this thing, and it started in February.
Well, 15%
This
of
Cause that's what the billing is.
25,000, right, is what I put in there,
Right.
is 3750.
So it's more than two. So, but it should be, the revenue gotta cover that. We should not be paying any extra for that. We should not be taxing for that.
I'm just thinking how to get that across to them. All right, so,
Have them call me. That one I'll fight to the death on, because that's a service that we're getting charged. And we're collecting it, and we get all the money, we get it all, and then they want their 15% out, so then you have to cut them a check. So that's where that money should be coming each month, to pay them. So then, here's your amount that's left, this is what you send. But then they need to separate it too now as to who actually transported. one that's sitting here during that month, we should be getting that. You know, we were good this year, but we can't continue because ambulances aren't cheap. I
I'm
can
not
talk,
arguing with you, I'm just,
I'll tell them, I have no problem with that.
so
I
should
mean,
we,
we have to cover ourselves, you guys. We can't just throw everything to Darien. That's not right. You know,
that's,
and the other part of this is, and I'm thinking this is why the numbers aren't matching up, is we sent how much to the town of Sharon, which we shouldn't send anything to them. Zero. Because we're collecting it all, and then we're shipping. So we're getting beat up twice in this whole
I think,
situation.
I believe that she got it back the 2 times that she sent, I think it was twice, she sent it to the township, and they forwarded it to Darien.
I get that, but we paid those bills, probably
Yes.
all of our own. And so, you know, we're short that, so they probably got more like 80,000. We definitely have to figure that out.
Okay, I think I should pull the, detail on that account.
All of them, as far as what came in and what went out, and
Mhm.
to whom. Because we shouldn't be sending anything to Sharon. I mean, we should be one and the same as far as shipping it off, because there's no sense for them to get a check and then send another one. I just wanna make sure we're not paying for that bill at 100%.
We are,
That's what I'm saying, are we billing the township for their half,
oh, that,
that part?
I would think so, but,
That's why it would make it cleaner if we just did it all, that, on that.
Instead of sending
Send it all, I
everything
mean,
to
you can
the
send them a report as to what you got. What,
Because they should, yeah.
right, I mean, we should, neither one of us should be paying anything for it. That's a in and out. You collect $1,500, they take their 15% of that. We get the whole 15, but we should take our 15% out of that payment. And then they get whatever's left. That's how that should be working.
okay. I'll pull the detail, cause I wanna kind of dissect that a little bit.
And, you know, like I say, and it's probably just a call to the township saying, hey, we're not sending you anything, but we'll send you a report. We'll send you money, we'll show you the bills that we get, show where it's in and out. 'Cause again, we shouldn't be taxing to that price, how much we already taxing between the shared and what we've already got here in town.
Well, I did say to Carl, there has to be an easier way to keep track of this.
You know, and we do have to throw in that if it's transported here, not by the shared monthly, that should be coming here as revenue.
Yes, and I did try to go over that with them, cause you told me that before.
Again, that isn't part of the shared at that point. It's ours. And it should be Darien, I mean, if they're doing the same thing, they should be keeping it too. They can throw it in if they want. I don't think we should be doing that. I say the referendum's got us up how high, plus what we're already doing. You know, and their budget went up $11,000 this year, so we've gotta slow that down. And I think with that extra sales tax, we should be in pretty good shape.
You know, there's an extra, it'll bring our levy down 46,000. If you leave it like it is. Or thereabouts, when I figure out, you know, that EMS billing.
Still not that much.
do you want to put anything back into Red's police car outlay?
I'm not just gonna carry over, I would say no.
I'm fine with just carrying it over.
Yeah, I would say no.
I just
I think
wanna
it
make-
needs to go to Public Works this year. Anything we have extra,
I did
because
have
of roads or whatever that hasn't been done.
60,000 in his streets outlay. I moved it to 50, but I would like to put it back to 60 if we can. And he has 25 from this year, and his comment to me was, I can't get somebody to come here and do $25,000 worth of work, they're not gonna do it. And he said Church Street needs to be resurfaced, or whatever you call it.
Resealed, and there's not only Church Street, but there's more than one, because they didn't do any this year, because they haven't had the budget. So he did mention that to me when I talked to him the other day.
So are you good if I move that back to 60?
That's where I say it should go.
You know?
The street outlay is what you're talking about,
Yeah.
so it's 50, now you're gonna say 60,
If you guys are okay with that.
I'm fine with that.
The wages are pretty much at 3. Right. Other than contractual stuff.
The other thing that we should talk about is the library. She had in her wages, I took some of that out of there. She had in there 71,525 for salaries. And I moved it down, it was would be a.
I got salary for 69.5
For now,
for now, yeah.
she wanted 7.
Yeah.
Is that where she was talking about possible $5,000 year increase? When she was at the meeting?
Yeah, that 16.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm for having a library in town, definitely. But when you go back, when I went back home and I actually calculated it out, they're only open 38 hours. And in 38 hours, each one of the part-time girls could be covering, 16 hours? And she, as the manager, should be covering anything else. So to increase it as much as she wanted us to increase it, only because of the fact that she has to cover a few times a week, I don't see that as being a usable explanation as to why. As a manager, that is what her position is to cover when her employees cannot be there.
Well, the police department's wages went up 5%, correct?
The officers. did,
Officers went
yes.
up 5%.
But that's because they're under union contract as
Right,
well.
right,
So,
Eric
yeah.
asked me to figure a 4% for his people. So that's, the 4% is in there.
I think it needs to stay within the 3%. I don't care what board it is, or, what department it is, other than the police department, only because we are under union contract.
And that's fine.
And I think it needs to stay at the 3% for both Public Works and the library, if there's gonna be any type of an increase whatsoever, just because of the cost of living is only at 2.8%. The village does not have that extra budget to play with, to increase them that extra 1.25%.
I kinda disagree with that. We need to keep our public works, there's 3 of them. We used to have a part-time guy, we don't have the part-time guy anymore, they're busting their butt to do what they're doing. And that is, I personally feel that they should get their 4%.
Everybody has their own opinion of it, but I believe
And I
that
know.
bringing them up to the 3% from the 2.8 with the cost of living has to suffice until we can get the finances within the village under control, a better control. And again, that's my opinion.
And I agree with the 3, just for the fact that, they are getting it. I know it's not easy, but
That's not-
And at most times, if you're doing your job the way you're supposed to be, it's not easy anyway. So,
Yeah, but-
even at the 4%, they're still gonna be doing the same job.
Right, but they're doing the work of 4 people, 3 guys are doing the work of 4 people.
Well, they're doing the work of 3.5, with the
Well,
part-time guy was
yeah.
just during the lawn, you know, but I mean,
The lawn, and then they
Yeah.
were doing the snow removal, so.
I don't know, but my opinion, I don't, the way
You
the
know,
economy is going right now and the way our budgets are going right now, we cannot afford pulling them all the way up to 4%.
Well,
What
three-
would be the difference, Don?
I don't know, their wages aren't all together. With the libraries, for instance, hers would go up to 69,880 at a 3%. Can't figure out how to clear this thing. Let's see, it's not a huge difference.
I mean, I know it's not a huge difference, but every little bit counts. You know?
So a 3%, her wages would go up, her salaries would go up $2,035.35. At 4%, they would go up $2,713.80. So that's just shy of $700.
Just said it was 2,035
$2,035.35 at 3%,
at 3%.
and 4 is $2,713.80.
I don't know, I'm a penny and nickel and dime person, okay, even when it comes to my personal budget and stuff, and I'm just, you know, right now, the village, we robbed Peter to pay Paul. Which Paul are we gonna be robbing to pay them additional raises? I just, even $700 is, it's a gas bill, it's an electric bill, it's a whatever, you know, I mean, but again, my opinion. I say we just keep it at the 3%.
I know Eric had a study done too about the wages for municipal work. He talked to you about that?
He sent it to me, yeah, the wage
Yeah.
thing he
Do
got,
you have a
yeah.
copy of that?
I don't have it with me, no.
I was gonna say, is that with villages or towns equal to
Yeah.
Yeah.
our tax income and population?
And it would just be, the 4% would just be for Rob and Bernie then, because Eric's already under contract.
Yeah, he's under contract.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you give it to one,
And I think,
then you gotta give it to all.
I think what they're saying
Yeah.
is that the reason why that they feel that they're deserve the 4% instead of the 3 basically is because of the 5% that's budgeted for the police department.
But that
But
was
you can't,
2 years ago.
right, but yeah, that, and they can't look at it that way because the public works department is not unionized, for
Right.
one. We have to abide by that 5% just because of that union contract. If we had a non-union police force, I'd be saying the exact same thing. Cost of living is at 2.8. Increases go to 3%. Again, I'm only one person, I'm only one vote, but that's what I say, keep it at 3%.
Can I ask a question, Dawn?
Yeah.
What is the percentage, do you know the breakdown of the salaries for what's on this budget versus what's on the other budget, on the water, I mean? So, you know, if, it might not be a lot on this budget, but it's going to increase our water costs if you go up another percent as well, correct?
Yes, yes.
Because it looks like there's not a lot of hours on here or salaries. I would imagine the majority of that is on the water bill.
Yes,
Okay.
like, what, 2/3?
53%.
50/50.
Cause you got streets, you got, water, and you got sewer. So the salary, that's how it's broken down, right?
The thing about, I don't know how to just explain it, trying to figure out wages here is when you move to the new timekeeping system, to the payroll that we have. David did an analysis on wages that they had been paid at some point, I don't know what time frame he used. And he figured out percentages. I don't like it because, like, there's wages being charged to celebration and entertainment, and there's only 2 times a year that should really happen, but it's such a low percentage. And the only way we didn't do that before is they had a timesheet that they had to fill out how much water they did that day, how much sewer, how much mowing, you know, they had, what are their accounts, 30, 35 different accounts that they had to use, maybe there's that many. But it was more accurate, and it was easier to, I don't wanna say it was easier to budget, cause it wasn't, cause it's hit or miss what they're doing, you know, that day.
You knew what it was.
Hmm?
You could see it, you knew exactly what it was, each.
So to me, it's almost like now, why don't we put it in one salary account for public works? You know, instead of breaking it down, because sidewalks, they haven't done any sidewalk work, but there's a percentage being charged to sidewalks, to snow. And it might not be accurate, they might be spending a lot more time in snow, you know, and without making them go back to that, I don't have a problem, I don't have to figure it out, but.
I think it would be a lot easier for you guys to manage, where it could just be going into a village, I don't know, maintenance,
Well, it's
whatever you wanna
easier
call
for
it.
you to see where
Uh-huh.
they're spending their
Yeah.
time.
Mhm.
Not that you're checking up on them, that's not at all what I
No.
mean,
Uh-huh.
but, parks, that's another one.
All right.
So I know I didn't answer your question, but
It
No,
would
you
go
did,
up.
it just, it gives a better picture of what a 4% raise actually means, because it means more than what just shows on this.
I didn't have to change a lot of their salary accounts, even for the 4%. And I wouldn't change them back, cause they're the same, you know? You're doing an awful lot of red penning over there.
I know. Property liability. Year to date, we're at 64.9, and we're dropping it to 50.
It's
Why is that so much this year?
property and liability insurance, did you put it all into the same account for right now? Yeah, you will break that down later? No, you're not gonna break that down.
Well, we have to break it down for fire, because we have to get half of it back from the township.
I think you do fire and rescue vehicles, right?
I can calculate
But you
what
don't
it
show
is.
it here, and that needs to show on here.
I,
You took it off, it hasn't been on here, and I know we talked about it last year, but does that mean we're not getting it from the township? And again, we have to get our money when it's owed to us. We can't let that go. Because you got fire
installments for the year in insurance?
I
Must have
think
been
so, yeah.
69. We lost it by now.
I don't know what the
Because
renewal
we'll
is, I
have-
don't have it yet.
I mean, we're at 64.9, we budgeted 37.5. There's a problem with that. And we're asking 50.
Okay, we can look at that.
But again, we have to get our money back when we got it owed to us. I don't know what theirs is, probably $3,000 to $4,000, probably 5,000, because there's more of them and a lot more vehicles and a lot more value to them.
Value, yeah. Okay, we can look at that.
That's just, and I think we still got time to bill them for this year,
Oh, yeah.
25.
What else you got circled?
That was, this year's medics, they got a 3%. To be transparent for everybody,
I
that's
know
what,
where they're at.
that's what they got theirs too. I would say, we talked about the code enforcement person a lot, pushed it to 30, I think we should push it back to 25 and tell them we gotta figure it out.
You wanna explain, come on,
I'm good.
On which part?
I know where he's at, on the fire, I know exactly what you're saying.
no, not insurance, that's not what I'm talking about.
Okay.
The collection of the bill.
Oh, what about it?
Well, we get a bill, we get a payment every month.
We get several payments.
Every
Yeah.
month, right, but we get a number. But we also get a billing for that.
Yes,
Are we sending all of the checks coming, the money coming in to Darien, all of it?
I was, yes.
Before we subtract our billing. Because we should be subtracting our billing fee out of that money before we send it. So you haven't, then, is what you're saying.
no, nobody told me that.
But we
We
shouldn't be
did.
paying for something, we shouldn't be paying twice, basically.
I am billing
Someone's
the
happy
township
about
for
it.
half of that bill.
Hmm?
But
Someone's happy about it,
you're saying it
But we're only getting half back,
and they know.
right,
so
I
we're still
don't-
paying half,
I
which
don't
we
know
shouldn't be
if
paying in.
they don't know how to
It should be, all that revenue,
figure
that's
it
the
out.
correct, that's the,
Okay.
Like you said, they
you know,
got.
you're getting gross,
It's okay, because
Like
it's
you back there.
in your favor.
you're sending them gross and you're not
Sit
getting
over
them
your
net.
right, not deducting that
Right.
expense for those
Yes,
collections.
we need to do
Yes.
that first, and we need to quit sending any payments to the township.
I'm not sending anymore,
Okay.
cause I'm not
It's still
getting,
hard to keep track.
I've not been provided with other numbers that I've asked for accounting records, for verification, so. I'm a-
You get that part, the gross and the net,
I do,
I should have said that before.
yes.
It would have
Okay.
made more sense, I guess,
I
because then they
can-
get the net collection after we paid our expenses out of it.
I can go back and do it for, prior months also.
Because, I mean, so, and then I think whatever we collect the rest of the year, we could subtract that all out of there. They should not be getting more than they've got coming.
That- Oh, I definitely agree, yes.
Well-
And we have to start, we'll work on that.
We've
With Carl.
talked about not getting good records from them, not
Right.
getting explanations, not.
Well, I'll give them an explanation. We're not paying for things twice. And that's what we're doing. We're getting half of what we've got. If we're not taking it off. Then you don't have to send the township a bill either. It should all come out of that.
Oh,
You could
correct,
send-
because
You could
then
send
I'm
them a report
over-collecting.
saying, this is what we collected, this was the billing. This is what the net we sent. And they may not want to pull their share out when this ambulance here, and that will be a nightmare, but we'll figure it out. Because if they don't want it, they want to keep sending everything over. That's up to them. The other part is, was on one more thing. Revenue in the 2%, I know we've talked about this before.
Oh, gosh, you keep,
They get whatever they did, and I don't know, and we can only count the village's portion of what they get for 2%.
That's why I put 4,000 and 5,000 in those two accounts. I don't have any idea what it is.
It's not hard to find. Go online.
Carl doesn't even want anything in on the expense side. He
Guess
just
what? To do
doesn't.
fire inspections, we pay somebody for that, that's what that's for. If he's not gonna use it for expenses on equipment, then if we're paying out fire inspections, we are, right? We're paying a payroll for that now.
I don't know where they separate it though.
And it may come under shared, but we can, anything under suppression, we can use it for that. I think we're at the point where we have to start doing some of this stuff. You know, I know he's probably got a nest egg somewhere. You know, I'm sorry, but we're to the point that we have to start using some of this. We can't touch the Fed money. Get that. The 2%. And it's not as much as, because it's all based on premiums, insurance premiums. It's 2%, as they call it.
How do I find out what those,
You go on the DHS
what?
website.
Okay.
Just type in 2% distribution. It's on there. But he should tell you that. He should be telling you.
He knows what 2026 is going to be, or should be, or will be.
Probably up 2% from last year, 1 or 2%. But if you put the same as 25, you would know pretty close.
You have the accurate number, right? Because we talked about for the FAP.
FAP, we can't
102.
even talk about that.
No.
102, can't talk about that.
No, I don't
That
have
we
an
can't-
accurate number, no, I just put 5,000 and 4,000
That we
in
can't
there.
touch at all, 0. That's the EMS money.
But Carl doesn't want me to
2%.
put it on the expense side. But I don't know how we get him to understand that's how we have to pay it, it's gotta go.
Kind of the bigger problem is, I think some of it, he's just not understanding, and so he just.
Coming and going,
Mhm.
But, the village's side of 2% may be what it is, I don't know. Because the town gets their own, I'm sure. You should be getting that check. Once a year, right? Somebody's getting it.
Yeah, we got it. We got it. Yeah, it's a direct deposit. I think it was like 5,600 this year,
Right.
the 2%.
Like I said, you know what? Here again. Never mind, I'll leave it alone. I'll just leave it. Again, I was back at the library taking the insurance. We have to show them, we have to keep that 3,250 in there, if that's what the portion of the insurance is. I mean, this, we send them a chunk of money and they can do whatever they want with it. So that needs to be in there, so maybe.
Not to change the subject, kind of. How do you feel about having the budget hearing the week after the board meeting, because it's on the 9th? And just doing that, just doing the tax levy, the budget?
Just so we get it done, so we get bills out, that's where I'm at.
You what?
Just so we get the bills out.
Yeah, no, we're a week early, I mean, the
Yeah,
9th is a week early.
we're falling behind is where
See, you wait till the end, then you're the only one in line and they get them out right
Yeah,
away.
great.
You don't have to get backed up. Because they're coming on the 9th to do that financing, I just think It's a lot. Anybody care?
Doesn't matter to
Once
me.
we got time.
Okay. What day? Tuesday, Wednesday? You wanna look at your calendar?
So it's 16th, otherwise, it's a Tuesday,
Tuesday?
the following.
If that works.
It's fine for me.
Okay.
Mark, can I ask you a question? Sure. All right, don't want to muddy the waters either, but, is there any kind of line item for building maintenance? Are we all waiting for possibly the financing and maybe a loan later? But there are a couple things that I think that would be covered under that I have concerns about. Separation of concrete from the building, southwest corner, just become, I think, pretty prominent. It should be taken care of going forward.
We got $27,000.
Oh.
Never mind.
You
And now they don't wanna talk
Now
about
they
it.
don't wanna talk about it.
No,
I'd be remiss to say that we, again,
Muddy
are
waters.
17,000 under last year.
Thank you, but that's mostly wages,
No,
That's the car.
car.
That's the car.
taking the car
It's a
out,
new
yeah.
squad.
No, we're not getting the gains.
But,
It's just.
but we don't have this one on it yet.
The car, is that what you're talking
Yes.
about? Okay. I gotta wait
We've
till,
already got a car for a whole year.
that is beyond my,
I'm
Ability.
buying all of that.
I asked him, can you put half the stuff in so I don't hear about it? Getting grief about it, he said, we don't do that anymore because you're just coming back and forth, so. They're supposed to be taken by the end of November. But again, so the question is there any kind of building maintenance line, or are we just, that's gonna be a separate issue for?
I think, from my opinion, I think that's probably something that we're gonna be moving forward on at a later time. The most important thing, like Mark was saying the other day, is buttoning up whatever's leaking in the building first. And then depending on what money they've got left over from that,
Is that the pillar you're
then they
talking?
can start moving
Yeah,
forward.
and the reason why is because we're doing all these things, which is all positive, to get the water away from the building,
Right.
makes sense, I love that gutter system, great. I came back from vacation, oh, finally, no water coming down,
Right.
sharing waterfall on our squad cars. But we're also sort of defeating the process if water is under the overhang, so I don't think it's gonna come back, but everything's pitched wrong nowadays, it's going toward the building. We have gaps like this, I took pictures today, I was gonna send it to committees and the boards, but it's literally that much, and within the last 2 weeks, we're gonna have a lot of frost, but things are shifting out there, where it just is a gap between the building and the cement. Pretty prominent, anybody can go back there and look, concrete's bubbling up now, or cracking, and just throwing it out there, maybe somebody, you should look at that, and you can wait under the new financing that might happen with this building later, but we're trying to keep water from getting into the building to destroy it more. I talked to these roofers, and they said, you think that wall's bad, you should see this side of the wall. And I was like, really? And he says, yeah, and you guys all should have been tuck pointing this before a roof.
You're
So,
talking.
this side right here. Oh, no, I'm sorry,
No,
I'm
yeah,
off, I'm
that's
sorry,
right
right
there.
here.
This, yeah,
Yeah,
above
over
here,
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
we know.
okay, I've never been up on that roof to see it, just, they were all saying. So,
Yeah, we
no,
had-
no line item. for
They
the-
had to mainly stop the water from getting in between the walls by doing the roofing first.
Over hard to tie up.
But now they gotta walk on the roof to do the tuck point.
It's all hard, it's all hard to tie in. The curtains and stuff.
Okay,
So no line item, and that was the answer.
I'm gonna add that 59,829, 823 on shared taxes, the other amount. What else do we
I don't know that it makes a huge difference, but under, under revenue for public charges for service, the police training reimbursement is 1,600, not 1,000. I don't know if you wanna,
Where is that?
It's on,
under the revenues,
464621.
002.
Nothing there.
So,
So you think we're gonna get 1,600 back?
1,600, yeah.
I still don't see, oh, here it is. Which one is it, Tasha?
The police training reimbursement,
What's the 46?
21,002.
It should be what?
1,600.
15?
16.
1,600.
16?
1,600.
Okay.
And
I guess.
And then moving street outlay back up to 60. Library salaries at 69,880. And, workers' comp and liability insurance going back in there for 3,250. That's all I got.
EMS billing revenue in, whatever that is.
Of the 25, 15, would you say 15% of the 25,000? I said 3,750, I think I said. I'll look at that and see
So
where
where are we showing that it's going out?
it's going.
I guess that goes under the, but no, it should go bigger.
Are you talking the ambulance revenues?
Yeah.
It comes out of the actual revenue account line item.
Where is that here? Do I see that? See the revenue in, but I don't see the expenditure out.
No, there's not an expenditure out. I post it to the revenue account.
Obviously, you're gonna have to show paying that bill, right?
I'd have to do what?
Showing, paying that bill to EMS, MC.
Oh, yes, yeah, there's an expense line item for the billing part of
See,
it.
That's
Yeah,
what I'm saying, it shows two, you're changing that to 37,
Yep, 3,750.
but we need to make sure that number is right.
Yes.
I'm sure it's more than 25. But it's a floating number anyways right now. As we try to figure out what should have stayed here.
Miss anything?
I don't think so.
I make these changes, I can get the,
So do we need to meet again before?
Did you say we're reducing the code enforcement down to
25?
25?
you didn't say that.
You did.
Would you talk louder?
I
She's
said
just
take
gotta
out
learn
5.
to work within that budget,
25?
25.
That doesn't even cover her hours, I figured it out.
Okay, we'll figure it out. It's not 30.
28,000.
It's pretty, it's 28 something.
28,030 something.
That's what that
All
number
right.
should be.
Mhm.
Yeah, you might wanna, well, you will the 1st of December. Maybe, or not the first,
Yeah, the first
your
meeting.
finance meeting.
Okay,
I have to publish it, but,
that's what I mean.
I can always make changes.
So make the changes and get it to us. If we have to have a
The-
special one, we'll have one.
State revenue, blah, blah. School school tax credit comes out on the 20th, so I can get a, actual tax levy, or mill rate, that's what I'm looking for.
Knew that's where you were
Jeez. Any other question? You're just worried about me putting your money away for this year. You gonna ask me like every day?
Maybe in 10 minutes after we're on it. I do
It's
have a
not the
picture
end
in
of the
the
year
corner.
yet, how we
but I
got
think
it
I'll-
calculated.
I was trying to figure out when Frank's left here, started even. I don't know.
Yeah, just, we're off, we're done.
Motion to adjourn.
I'll second it.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Meeting is over.
So, tomorrow Frank Sauter's visitation over in Palmyra. I'll have something in a couple minutes on Facebook, and we can look at it. I'll share it to all of Sharon President Forums. From 10 a.m. to 1, there's gonna be an honor guard, trying to put that together for him, because he was a police officer in Palmyra as well before he came here. We're just trying to get some years of service here.
He,
Was he here with?
he started, I started in
With Thomas.
91 and he was there. He worked for Jerry
Jerry
and he
Thomas?
was in that little,
The little Taurus.
Taurus.
The little Taurus.
yeah. So, well, the only reason I say that is because the seat was hollowed out. like-
He was a big guy.
I'll be posting some pictures that are like 20, 30 years old.
He bought the Crown Vic.
He bought the Crown Vic.
Yeah.
I might say something over there, I don't know. He was my bus driver in high school.
No, he just turned 65. It just seems like he's been around forever.
And then also, tomorrow, the departmental meeting for our police department will be, now it's at 4, right? So anybody that wants to come in and ask officers questions or see the new officers, I encourage you if you have time. But we're gonna race back from Palmyra and have it here, so the judge is gonna be here, and we're gonna talk to her about some stuff, if you have anything to say.
Want to hear our favorite Frank story? He was cop uniform, belt and everything. He sat in a chair in front of my desk. And he went to get up and the chair came with him. And he goes, for Christ's sake, Frank, have another dog. It was funny.
But